Hi guys, how are you doing? It's Elaine Bintz, certified health coach and personal trainer, and we're on day 22 of our 30-day health challenge. I hope everybody is having a great weekend so far, and I hope your new year is getting started off on a great foot. Today's topic is the first of two micronutrients, which I'm going to go over. So today's topic is vitamin B12. The second micronutrient I'm going to discuss with you tomorrow will be vitamin D. So this is as opposed to the macronutrients we talked about earlier in this challenge, or macros, which the macronutrients were carbohydrates, fat, and protein, and then a micronutrient is a nutrient you want in smaller amounts. So the reason I picked these two, vitamin B12 and the vitamin D, micronutrients to discuss with you is because I found in my practice either a lot of people have a deficiency in one of these two micronutrients, or they're not very educated on it. So I wanted to make sure that I discussed it in this year's challenge. Okay, so vitamin B12, what is it? So it's a water-soluble vitamin. So water soluble, what does that mean? It means that when it gets ingested in the body, whether it's food or a supplement or a liquid, vitamin B12, in addition to the other water-soluble vitamins, gets dissolved in water in our body. So what happens if you are dehydrated? So if you go back to day 1 of this challenge, we did a video on hydration. You can plug in some numbers and then easily figure out what is proper hydration for your body weight. So if you don't have enough water in your body to let these nutrients get dissolved and absorbed and distributed in your body, you could have a deficiency in your water soluble or your B vitamins because you're not consuming enough water. So there's an easy fix for that. You can make sure that you drink more water. And then the second part of water-soluble vitamins is you can have a deficiency if you don't consume water-soluble vitamins on a daily basis. So we use and expel water by everyday living. By talking, you breathe out water molecules. By sweating, working out, everyday activities, you sweat out water. Urinating, you urinate out water. So whereas fat soluble, so vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin, which we'll talk about tomorrow. Fat soluble vitamins get stored in the cells, okay? Water soluble vitamins, though, you eliminate them. So this actually is important because some people are concerned about how much water soluble vitamin they consume. And chances are, if you overconsume, if you have more than the recommended daily allowance, or the RDA, which for vitamin B12, it's 2.4 micrograms. If you have more than that RDA, the 2.4, usually you just urinate out excess of the vitamins that are water soluble. But if they're fat soluble, like A, D, E, and K, which vitamin D we'll talk about tomorrow, your body can get more toxic more quickly because your body stores fat soluble vitamins in the body. But water soluble, the chances of having too much water soluble vitamin in the body is not usually likely. So what is B12? What does B12 do in the body? So it creates things like red blood cells. We talked about this a little bit earlier when we were doing that blood chemistry. So B12, this vitamin helps your body create red blood cells. It helps with brain and nerve function, so like the nervous system, like your spinal cord and your periphery. So if you have a deficiency, so some ways you can know if you have a deficiency symptom is if you're tired a lot, so fatigue, numbness. A lot of times it'll start at the extremities, like in your fingers or your toes, lightheadedness and reduced balance, or your inability to keep your balance, reduced memory or memory loss, and then breathlessness. So you want to make sure that if you are having any of those deficiency symptoms, you can go to your doctor and they can run a blood test. They can run a simple blood test to see if you are deficient in vitamin B12. In my experience working for 20 plus years with clients, I've found certain clients will have a deficiency in vitamin B12. One is people eating a plant-based diet. That would be yours truly. So where do you find B12 in foods? You find them in meat, egg yolks, fish, dairy, cheese. So especially if you eat a vegan diet, they definitely have to be careful and make sure that they're either taking a supplement or that they have enough B12 in their diet. One of the supplements that I take every day, I take a regular women's 1-a-day gummy multivitamin. And then if you look at the label, you can see the amount of B12 that is in one serving here is actually 9.6 micrograms. So I'm getting more than I need, but that's because I want to make sure that I get more of the B12 than I need, because I eat a plant-based diet and I know I'm not going to be regularly eating meat or fish or dairy products. And if I do have too much of this water-soluble vitamin, hopefully my body will just urinate it out. Another population that needs to be cautious if they are potentially deficient in vitamin B12 is if you consume large quantities of alcohol. So what happens when you consume alcohol is it throws off the water balance in your body. You can get dehydrated really quickly. It can leach your body and take away these awesome water-soluble vitamins like the B vitamins, vitamin C, and you can actually have a deficiency in vitamin B12 if you consume more alcohol than the recommended daily serving. And then a third population I've gotten the chance to work with are people who have experienced bariatric surgeries, so like those weight loss surgeries, and depending on what they've done specifically with the stomach, and then what they've done in, like lap band surgery, one of those, a lot of those clients I've gotten the chance to work with, they've needed like B12 injections because their body has a harder time absorbing the vitamin B12. So this is a very important micronutrient. It is a small nutrient, but what I have found is if you don't pay attention to the smaller nutrients, over time, if you're not getting enough of them, they can become a bigger problem. So I hope this information has been useful. Again, my name is Elaine Bintz, health coach, personal trainer. I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.